Hi, my name is Lauren Stetner, and I will be analyzing the instep kick. To do this, I broke the movement into four components. First is the approach. The approach is the initial part of the movement in which the individual closes in on the ball. The important thing here is the angle of the approach. Novice kickers will generally approach the ball head on. However, in order to produce a stronger kick with a greater velocity, athletes should approach the ball from a 45-degree angle as shown here. After the approach is the backswing, where the individual pulls their leg back in preparation to strike the ball. This part of the movement begins as the kicking leg, or in this case the right leg, pulls up off the ground and the planting leg moves toward the ball. Once the kicking leg reaches maximum extension and the planting leg contacts the ground, this part of the movement is complete. Once the backswing is complete, the individual swings the kicking leg forward in order to contact the ball. The kicking leg fully extends by straightening the knee and a strong flex of the ankle in order to fully contact the ball. The positioning of foot contact with the ball is vital for ball speed and trajectory. Striking the ball lower creates a high trajectory, and striking it higher creates a low trajectory. Finally, upon contacting the ball with the kicking leg, the individual must allow the leg to follow through to successfully transfer energy and decelerate the movement. The follow-through is critical to help maximize force of the kick and to protect the body from an abrupt stop. The follow-through occurs as the kicking leg continues to move forward on hip contraction and slightly across the body. All four components are essential in successfully performing the instep kick movement. In this video, I will be analyzing the instep soccer kick of a student who has no prior knowledge, ability, or skill. I analyzed the movement by focusing on four components that make up the skill. First is the approach. Here you can see the student approaching the ball head on. Although she is able to perform the skill using this approach, it is not most effective nor proficient. The student should be approaching the ball on a diagonal at a 45-degree angle. By approaching at a 45-degree angle, the student would then be able to achieve a kick with greater velocity and intensity. As the individual nears the ball, she should begin the backswing. The backswing is when the individual pulls their leg back in preparation to strike the ball. Here the student nearly runs directly through the ball without planting her non-kicking foot. By not planting her non-kicking foot next to the ball, she is unable to pull her kicking leg back and therefore lacks the backswing component. Since the individual is lacking a backswing and never planted her non-kicking foot next to the ball, she contacts the ball with her toe. Although she successfully makes contact with the ball, her foot is not flexed and she will not be able to adjust the trajectory of the ball's flight. With minimal to no backswing, the individual ran through the ball and contacted the ball as if it were just an object in her path. Once she made contact with her toe, the individual did not have a follow-through because there was no momentum or velocity behind the kicking leg. This is why it appears that the individual nearly continues to run after completing the skill. Upon completion of the pre-test instep soccer kick, my student had access to both the instructional and pre-test videos. After reviewing the videos and practicing the skill, her performance was assessed on four components. Prior to instruction, the student approached the ball head-on. Now she positions herself at a 45-degree angle in order to proficiently approach the ball. This improvement will help the student kick the ball with greater velocity and intensity. All of this is crucial for an efficient instep soccer kick. As the student becomes closer to the ball, she elongates her stride so that the weight is transferred to her non-kicking foot. As the weight transfers, she plants her foot next to the ball. Her kicking leg pulls back, reaching maximum full extension for a successful and complete backswing. This improvement will help her overall force production upon contacting the ball. With a major improvement in the approach and backswing, the student was able to contact the ball with a flexed ankle. Although she had no problem contacting the ball before, she now has a better flexion that will allow her foot to go under the ball to increase flight trajectory. Additionally, with a better point of contact, the transfer of energy from the kicking leg to the ball will improve the overall ball speed. As a result of an overall improvement in the angle of approach, elongated stride for maximum pullback extension, planting of non-kicking foot next to the ball, and flexion of the ankle, the student performed a more efficient movement. Her body's natural response to the larger force production and transfer of energy from her forward momentum, the student followed through by extending her kicking leg out and slightly across her body to complete the skill.